Just gonna allow people to come in here for a moment. And I'm also just being distracted. Oh, that was a different chat than I thought it was actually, but okay, that's fine. Anyway, and Ashla, if you're there, we be back. We'll be back, or we'll be starting this shortly. And anybody else who's there, I mean, I guess I could say some stuff. I'm sorry that my gaze may look a little funny. But I'm just looking at somebody else's chat where I'm talking with a couple people. Well, one person, and then I noticed another person was from Canada, so I'm kind of waiting to hear from them. And yeah, but I can, in at the meantime, not like I'm making light or joking about this, but I may or may not look blind, and if that's the case, then I do. But just a moment. Now who doesn't say? Just kidding. I was just being silly for a moment there. Now, I hope it's going to let me toggle back to the live window because, okay, for a moment it didn't look like it was going to. Just really quickly here. I think I just did, but I'll do it again. At that's none of my peeps are in that one. Let's check this one. Okay, I'll have to see. Although it would be very interesting if they were in the same city as me. I'll have to see. Sorry. If that person replies, what was the name of the person that said it? Thankfully, they put the okay right. That was being a little bit worked up, but so one thing I can do while I'm watching for that, I think I will put the dog upstairs. I don't mean to combine the two categories, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Or the two topics. But I kind of am thinking of it. So I hate to say I didn't even make it 5 minutes too, but oh, maybe he doesn't. He just wandered into the other room, so nobody's coming back. Huh? Yeah. Okay, so I'll be right back. Ugh. You've been up there a lot lately, but when I was up there earlier, you didn't have to be. Just felt like a good idea. Smokers. Smokers. I just have to check something quickly outside. Very quickly. Wow. Back. Okay. And I don't have too much to his head, so. You here? Got anybody here? Nope, not yet. Okay. Yeah, that was like 2 minutes. Hate to toggle, but let me just see if I missed anything here. It's frozen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so and the reason I'm questioning putting both of the type topics in this one video is that they don't necessarily relate. They could, but they mostly don't. And I really would like to save my energy. My throat's not too bad today. It's been kind of on and off. It's just kind of dry, even though I've been having beverages. It's been kind of on and off, feeling swollen the past 3 days. Either because of some dental work and a mild infection that may have occurred, or I don't know. Other, you know, interactions or whatever. Really surprised. Yeah. So, the first thing that I want to cover is that is a topic I talked about a little bit on here, and the person left. So I don't think it was. I don't know I said it that way because it just seemed right. Might be an example of where just to start, and of course, people that haven't seen the content before, say it now, just so that I've said it in this video, and yeah. If it's sorry, I'm just putting some lotion on. If it's taking a while for me to get to the content, you can always skip ahead as well. You know, if you're like, I'm curious what else is in this. But um, I don't know what the head up there before then, but anyway. Um, I'm just a little bit distracted because I would love for this to be an engaging, any of them, but this one, an engaging podcast. But so for there's nobody here engaging. And I know I can make it engaging as well, but this isn't my first podcast of the day, and some of them I do that better than others, better than other times. I mean, not necessarily better than other people, but I am me, and I do it the way I do it. And, I vary it up from time to time, and yeah. So the first topic I want to talk about, well, it's not so much because of a group that I'm hoping to go to, because I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, based on other things I've seen on the page. Um, but it is a conversation I want to have with a friend, and I'm doing it under um, G is letting me borrow a messaging platform to do it because the other person doesn't really use that many different ones. Not that I use a ton, but and mine was being wonky, and so it's something I kind of want to bring up with her, and she knows what I thought she did, but then again, I may never share this with her, but it doesn't mean uh, that it isn't uh, just because I haven't shared it with her. But and I this morning I did a podcast which kind of got into some of these topics, so I'll let you kind of look at. There was somebody briefly there. Um, Somebody in this other person's chat is wanting to come check out the videos, and so they're trying to find it. I'm going to keep talking though because they are of a different culture, and I'm not that other people that see this might not be as well, and I'm just not sure how they would take this topic. But it's interesting to kind of feel that out and you know see people kind of come around and be a bit more open about it if they aren't already. So so like with this one topic that I'm thinking of, and we got somebody here right now, and I have, like I said, I talked a little bit about this morning, but because of what I just said, but if you missed that, that's fine. It's not a huge detail. I'm trying to decide. I guess if it comes up, it comes up. We deal with it then. In fact, I might just leave that message open and have G. Um, yeah, there's how many people watching this right now? 24, and I'm saying that, but I want him to see it, or them to see it. I don't know the gender actually with that name. I don't know if I was more familiar with cultural names, if I might, although I actually kind of feel like certain cultural names might kind of be either, and just like English Canadian names, But anyway, so be careful with the toggling there, don't accidentally close it. I think it would say, "Are you sure?" first, but so um, I might just kind of let it be that if he tunes in, I mean, if he sees the message, he might say, "Why is she saying this? Because isn't this true?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, and I know it's been a while since I told her, but I have told her, and I thought she was as well." So, I mean, you know, It's confusing to me, but I don't know. I don't know if this is okay. I'm not trying to. Oh, it's double A. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I guess I was just hard hitting A each time, and so it was typing as it actually is. It's interesting. So, um, yeah, I think maybe I have addressed that as much as I maybe feel like I will here. Um, and I didn't really get hugely into doing so. So, blah blah. So I need a pulling thread. It is it is. Okay. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't really want to put that in there twice. Um, I really would like to be talking to somebody specifically. I can't I struggle to think of who. That's the thing. You know. Whoops. No, I don't know if they're calling me a cutie. I'm a do so cutie. Plug her in and join me. I said. I said I'm somewhere in between. So interesting. Well, I hope that that individual finds this. I mean, aside from kind of having a couple little ideas, that is kind of why I rolled. They're now saying that their phone's about to die. So I said, plug it in. Yeah, because I don't think I could find it by that name. Anyway, they've got a common name in their culture, so um, I'm a little bit thinking though that if they do come in, even though they're liking me in the chat and they seem to think I have a lot of energy, and sometimes I do, I also get burnt out. Um, I yeah, I hate to put it again, but okay, so I'm gonna take it from where I put it the first time. This person is really hoping to connect, and that's what's frustrating. It's just like knowing that there are people that are lonely and just want someone to talk to about their stresses, about their day, just in general, about the things they like or whatever. And sometimes getting those people to find each other is for some reason a real challenge. Um, it's one of the kind of stupid things about existing sometimes, right? Um, but and there was somebody there for a couple of minutes, and I thought maybe that the person who I was expecting had maybe found it, but I mean, I can't do anything better than that. The only thing I could maybe do, I've had her on. I've had the person who's posted on mute, and I don't want her to be getting mad at me, and I don't know if she has been. If she says, "Okay, would you stop sending the link?" or "You already sent the link," um, I think I've described to the person how to find it quite well, and they are saying gotta go um, in this particular chat, which makes me wonder. Again, hopefully they got it. Makes me wonder if that means okay, found it. Gonna come here now. Um, but yeah, so I did a video the other day um, about again there was somebody briefly there. I thought it was gonna be them. And it's when games are played with the mind, it's like that's what makes existing here too sometimes, right? Being rocky. Um, anyway, where I talked about something kind of unique. I mostly hope happens tomorrow, and I hope that it does. Even though if it did, it wouldn't be necessarily a super. I hate to repeat myself, but for the sake of the person that just tuned in, because I've been rolling that long, whether you're Asta or somebody else, and that'll let them know that they've found the right channel if because they've never seen our content before. If it is, but either way, basically, maybe you're left, so I guess not. Okay, I'm gonna just that way I don't have to repeat it every time someone new comes in. That's something I actually should do more often is just put it in type. I'm just adding a comment here just so that anybody who tunes in, you know, during can see it whenever they tune in. I'll type or send as much through as I have already typed. Event and gig at it and don't want to stay long. I may bike past it and then sit on a bench near a bridge. So, but I'll say it out loud, you know, I'll say it out loud just in case, so that in case the chat doesn't show later too. So basically, tomorrow, I'm curious who we got watching, where you're watching from. No need to be shy. Tomorrow, there is and I know this is a bit of a sensitive topic. We can certainly talk about it. If sensitive feelings come up, we can certainly talk about it together, okay? There is a suicide prevention awareness event. I was supposed to get a gig at it. That didn't happen. So I could just stay home and do not much. But I think I'm going to go out for a bike ride tomorrow and I'm going to go past the area. And it's going to be a bit of a long bike ride, probably 20 to 30 minutes, and then the same back. But after I go past it, I don't know if I'll sit and listen at all. I'll probably be eager to get to my bench. And the thing that I kind of want to do, it's not that I want somebody to be about to jump off a bridge, okay? But I feel like if anytime, but especially kind of with it kind of on my mind that, and also that there's an event nearby it that is of this topic, which may or may not trigger somebody to do something, that I would be, hi Asta, oh, I'm so glad you found it. Only at 1%. Well, at least you found it. Remember to subscribe. That way next time I go live. And yeah, plug in and maybe go to your watch history later so you can re-find this one. Or hopefully it'll just continue to charge while you're here. I'm so glad. Anywho, and we got a second person as well. Sometimes they're quiet though. Sometimes the watchers or the videos in general, it varies. Okay, I really appreciate it. Yeah, very much. And it doesn't matter hugely to me what your gender is, but I'm curious what your gender is. Anywho, so with the possibility that somebody might do that, I feel capable of helping them not do it, essentially. Not necessarily because of any work that I've done, but just I do. And I mentioned this in a video a day or two ago. I said the title should be obvious that was the video in the live tab. But thanks for the like, by the way. But what I'm not sure about is I suddenly got the idea today to do, because I'm not that it's an entertaining topic, absolutely not. But yeah, oh, maybe he's back. Anyway, not that it's an entertaining topic at all. I think part of the reason I got the idea is because I was in a theater class once and we did a scene that kind of was similar to this kind of thing. I think also it's just a way of showing a different way than what I did in my other video, really. It's a way of showing how you can show up for somebody in those kind of moments. And I mean, part of me thinks it's not that hard. And I think that if we found ourselves in such a moment out of impulse, we would most likely do the right and helpful things hopefully, as a caring person, as a person who knows how difficult life can be sometimes. I know. And, if it's your first time at this channel, and if it's as it is, although we've talked a bit on, who's, this is a deeper topic. I agree. This channel is about uplifting. It's about mental health and wellness. It's about doing music. It varies. And it said that you left. I think you're trying to be here, but your phone is, and it does happen. But you should always be fully charged up before seeing what the base is, just in case you end up either staying a while or coming to see someone else's, but sometimes devices drop fast. So, um, and tomorrow is a new day, even though it's the same week. So hopefully, if we do this today, I might get the opportunity. One reason I really want to is because I want to be there for somebody more than I feel like I get the opportunity to be in my day to day life because I don't go out and about very much. And even if I did, you know, I mean, the likelihood, because I used to more, and the likelihood of, that kind of thing, like I only noticed it once in my life, and I'm pretty aware, not only self aware, but of my surroundings and, this and that. And I've not noticed. But again, you never know what somebody's thinking about. You never know how well somebody might be hiding this kind of thing. And they might just simply look tired or stressed or whatever, right? So the dog's upstairs. He won't be in the way of me doing this. And it's more for educational thing. Like I say, that I cover a lot of stuff on this channel. So this is just one thing. And I don't even cover this kind of thing very often, to be honest. But I'm really thinking I will do this. I don't know what it's going to look like. I did do that other video, which I plan to watch back tomorrow before going out, because I kind of just want to refresh myself. I guess I could also give myself this one to watch back, at least from this 32 mark, 33 probably by the time I get started, maybe even 34. But and I'll just say, what, that was fake. You know what? I have things that I do enjoy and appreciate about my life, even though I'm still working on things and some things are still hard. Um, the truth is, whether I do this and associate the things that I utilize while doing this with this topic, or I don't do it, the head goes places sometimes. It does. You know, mine never goes to the actually go and do it extreme, and likely never would. But it does go to the I sometimes just wish. You know, I don't even know if I'd say that's an extreme or not. It's just something that one sometimes thinks about. And I think most of us, if not all of us, at some point in time. And it's really, really sad, actually, to know. I mean, we can guess the reasons why, but it's really sad to know that so many youth are experiencing these kind of feelings. There's the kids' help phone. I don't think it's just locally. I think it's Canada wide. I'm not sure about in other countries. Some countries probably don't have these kind of things. Um, I would hope that I wouldn't be asked that question if I'm having thoughts of that. If I did call a certain line, just to say this is something I'd like to do, I'd be actually very curious to know what they thought about it. To be quite honest, or that although I think most people would probably say, well, hopefully you won't find yourself in that situation. And again, it's not that I want the person to do it. And I hope I would be able to stop it if I did see somebody doing it. But I want them to. I, I want to be their friend. I want to be in their corner. I want to, you know, uplift them. I may not have some things in my life figured out. Like I say, have moments where I feel these things as well. Um, so I do get it. I do get it. So I could put something on front, and then, but then, I'll let people take in the environment. In fact, what I mean, I don't really know what would lend itself to this. What kind of scene? I mean, I'm not going to act it out in public. You know, and I don't really know. I mean, how to create an outdoor scene just simply with what I have here at home. I already have something in my mind that I'm thinking I will do, but I don't know how to make it much more than that, to be honest. Like, and I haven't even thought up some dialogue yet, but I know I did in that video I did the other day. But apps are crashing on here anyway, even though I did that thing, so can't use it anyway. So this works out. Um. Okay, so I said 45 mark. I said 44 actually. I meant 45, but I hit the wrong button. So that's 38, 39, 41, 2, 3, 4. I don't have a lot of time then. I better get to it, eh? I better. And they can see the comments in the chat and figure out what I'm doing, hopefully. Well, I do the same. Well, I figure out what I'm doing. No, I'm not gonna. I could. I just got a costume idea. I so could, but I'm not gonna. I don't think so. But I'll be right back. It very well could. Maybe just this, like I almost did the other day. Okay. I don't know. I hope. So I hope this won't seem too real, but the more real it seems, I guess, the more, well, the more real it seems. you know. So I want to make sure that I get this high enough. I don't want to bend it back too much, but kind of a cool effect. Just to my side here, or it's under me actually now, I believe, I have a thing called a green screen. And I think the disc was there. I don't know where the screen is. I don't know if it could be projected, but this laptop, they make laptops now where you can't put discs in them. So I don't know. I'd have to do it on the desktop, which is in a cramped room. I don't know how I'd do that. So, and I haven't been getting much opportunities to use it, so it's kind of rendered pointless, unfortunately. It's a bit sore. if I was better at doing video effects, I do have a song lined up, and I'd incorporate it. I'd put the song in it in the background, this and that, and it'd be fancy and dancy. But stay tuned. Maybe we'll use portions of this, and I'll maybe meet a filmmaker who can help with that. But at the moment, I'm not sure who it would be. So. I need someone to rescue me. I need a hero. I can't be a hero anymore for people. It's just not working as much as I need it to. Hey, buddy. Can I help you? Are you okay? Here, grab my hand. Don't jump, buddy. Don't do it. You okay? Let's talk. I don't know if I want to talk. I can't do this life anymore. Buddy, come here. Come here. This is an acting thing, and for educational purposes to the two people that just tuned in. So what you're going to see at this point, that was, I guess, scene one, although very short. What you're going to see at this point is me acting two people because I'm doing the spur of the moment. I don't have the other person handy right now, and I wanted to give this a try. So I'm going to be saying the other person's lines. I don't have lines made up either. Maybe I should have. This is improv. Improv, we're hoping that things improve. Okay? And there was two people there very briefly, but anyway. Maybe I don't know if I need to do this, but one thing I could do, I did it in a thing once where I did have a couple other people involved. G was one of them. However, we had a couple people that were and then dropped out because they were dealing with too many other issues in their life and stuff. So I'm just going to add here. Pink, it is. I don't know if this is what I want to wear. This is kind of a neat color combo. This is what we do when we're bored and we're trying to figure out life and keep things get through the day sometimes. Okay, so I think that's how I'll do it. It might be obvious, and I maybe don't need to do it that way, but I will because I will. So I know, now I'm sitting on the bridge. Imagine I'm sitting on the rail, although I'm not going to sit on this, or should I? Now that I got a pillow here. I mean, clearly it's not a bridge outside anyway, clearly. But this is all spur of the moment. Stay tuned. Like I say, I might do a better version of this later. No, that's not coming. So here it is. Okay. Please see the bottom comments, especially that I put, because that's going to kind of update you on what's happening in this. And I really appreciate you being here. And I know that this may be deep. It is deep. And I'm willing to talk with you afterwards about it. Okay. I'm just going to focus for a moment here. We're going to go between two characters, like I say, spur of the moment. So I'm just doing both of them myself. And here we go. And the person left. I realize, this doesn't look hugely polished, but it's a draft. That's the thing, And I'm thinking I might want that AC on after all. It keeps the waves down. And hopefully if I get this out of my system, because like I say, I have had ideation in my life a few times. Hopefully getting this out of my system will allow me to enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll have the other person in the home, thankfully, and we'll have, a nice dinner, We've already kind of been thinking that up a little bit. We'll watch some, enjoyable videos, be outside, and it'll be good. Okay, so scene 2, rough draft. Here we go. So, and this is improvised on the spot. You, like I say, you might see a tighter version of this at some point, and so it's okay. And that is the thing. Sometimes, that is the thing, right? And I don't want to say, well, I do, but I don't want to say that people that do that, for a content creator, it can be pretty, it can be, it could drive some people who only live alone, who don't have a lovely pet and other person in the home, and who, and over time it really, could. So keep that in mind. Don't judge people too quickly. Okay, and even if it's something that might seem a little weird or different or confusing or whatever, sit until you understand. Try to have some empathy. You know what I mean? So here, it's really busy in this area, but let's just talk for a few moments, and if you want, we can go for. Sorry, that might be hard to remember. If you want, we can go for a walk. We can talk. I don't have a lot of money. I know it's not a lot, but to get coffee, but I could consider it. I just want to know what's going on. Well, first of all, I really appreciate you trying to help. I really appreciate you stopping me. I think, I don't know. I mean, I was really close, as you saw. Yeah, that was very scary. You know what? We all have worth. We all deserve to be here. And even though the world can be a hard place to be in sometimes, life can be hard, I'm sure you have a lot of potential. I used to think I did. I mean, I was given musical gifts. I was given gifts of communicating with angels, if I'm going to be honest. But sometimes I just don't feel it. Or sometimes it's just like, as thankful as I am for that, I'd rather be up there with them. I really, truly would. I'd rather be closer. I'd rather. Sometimes I feel like 39, almost 40 years has been plenty. But there's also there's also our dog, and it is true. I would hate to do this to them. He says those are important things to remember. You know, I want you to know I don't think you're selfish. Sorry, I don't think you're selfish, and I want you to know that that um, I know that sometimes certain emotions can weigh heavier, can weigh more than the good that we have, and I do get that. But the good that we have is pretty important too, right? I know, I know. And then I'm a content creator, and sometimes it goes well. Most of the time, it's so quiet there. I just feel like I'm talking to the screen and talking to myself, or performing to the screen and performing to myself. I mean, again, sometimes it does well. Most of the time, it's just feels like a waste. I feel like I'm a waste. And I can say these things in response, but to tell myself this, I don't sometimes stop and do so, and it can be hard sometimes. But you're not a waste. You're not a waste. I'd subscribe to your channel. I'd watch you. I'm sure you post a lot of good stuff. I try. I always want to be there for people. I want to make their day better. I want to do music for them. And I'm not trying to make any of them feel bad, or at least not that much. But And I've had lots of career goals that have not come to be. And I spend most of my days, not all of them, sometimes I have things, but I find it hard to find those things. And then, with the winter coming, that's not going to help. And it's just like, and I enjoy being online, whether it's meeting people on YouTube or other social media sites. And I know that I've grown and come a long way, but in many ways, but I'm also very much not. I'm just stagnant. I feel like I'm wasting away a little bit, and I don't know what to do. I I don't I wasn't I've never been I've never gotten a degree, and to narrow down what I would take to be able to afford it, to and I could have acted as if I was somebody else with some sort of other problem. Maybe I'll make up some stuff as well, but so far this is actually pretty real. Um, Anywho, to get to the school, to do the exams, and to pass the class, even if I do well at times, to pass the final exams or whatever with those damn multiple choice questions, they really trick you. It's like, well, that could be right because of this, or that sounds sort of familiar, but was it specifically about this, or is this like a trick question about, what? And I haven't, and society pretty much wants you to have at least a bachelor's, right? Or, a beginning level of a degree. And I tried for that. Maybe I took the wrong courses. I don't know. Now I can barely even get downtown comfortably. Transit systems changed and it's not really that comfortable. Cabs get expensive. I could maybe bike, but it's just, I feel like it'd be too chaotic. It's been so long since I've been in school. It's been so long, and I just feel like it would just be really overwhelming for me. And as far as online, I have so many distractions I already have online, you know, and they're not all bad. I don't. Sometimes I wonder if some of them are good or not, but I accept myself. I love myself. I've been through times in my life where others have as well. And I do feel a little bit in life these days. I mean, a lot from the ones I live with, the two I live with. I mean, most of my family's passed away. I mostly have acquaintances. I've either had fallouts with people that I've decided not to reconnect with, or have not been able to figure out, or have not reestablished connection. I also have a couple times. One with a fallout. One was just simply we fell out of contact, but everything was fine. We reconnected, and then it went flat again. And it's, but with the one, it was not necessarily fully my choice. It was also the way that she said something, And in fact, just this week, man, I have an example of someone I reconnected with, and they I don't know what to think. Part of me thinks that, they're struggling physically, maybe a little bit mentally as well, and so that's kind of bringing some confusion to this. But I just don't know what to think. I'm sorry, I'm talking your ear out, buddy. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I'm really sorry. But thank you for caring. You're not taking my time. I've got nothing but time today. And I'm feeling good that I'm being able to help you. I hope that I can help you. I'd be your friend if you need a friend. I think you need a friend if you're doing something like this. Is that right? Sometimes I definitely feel like I could appreciate. People are so busy. People got, I don't know. It's hard to explain. And people don't know what they don't know what's going on for somebody, you know. And some people, just because they're a little bit worse off than you, they can think you're living, luxuriously. They may know it's not true, but what they tell themselves is, oh well, they've got these things that I don't have. So they're really well off. And I am well off in some ways. And so it is a reminder of that. But now I'm going to start faking it. Just to add a bit more content, just because I'm holding it together, but it's very real. It feels very, it is real, you know. Or what I could do is say, you know what, buddy? Do we want to change the scene by any chance? Change the scenery. Go to the sunflower patch, perhaps. I don't know. Do we? I don't know. Maybe. Take a teacup down with us while we go. Just kidding. Next scene coming up. Coming to you. Well, here comes a big truck. So nice to see the trees still green, eh? Even though we know winter's coming and fall. What's not great about that is the okay, we got sunflowers, we got greenery, we got, I guess that's a part of a flamingo. I don't know what it is, but anyway. And I'm sorry, even with the AC on, I'm a little bit warm, so you'll just understand, hopefully. But the what do we call it? And I'm actually thinking I might even turn the AC off because it is pretty bright in here. And this is very pink. It is true. It is true. Yes, it was just really noisy over there with all that traffic and a little bit too close to where I found you, right? We don't want you to go back to that place. Certainly not until. And again, this is new day, so hopefully it won't mean I won't experience it tomorrow because I'm experiencing it now. It might just be different tomorrow, but I hope possibly actually still happen. Like I say, it's a sense of purpose. I know that people, every day, I don't remember the exact statistics, but every day somebody's doing something like that. And we aren't usually around to see it. Most of us won't witness it. But anywho, I like to be honest with you, man. I don't want to say anything sensitive to you or whatever. Let me just go over here for a moment. I just need a light of smoke. Not actually, but that was what he said. That's potentially too real and worrisome. I'll be honest with you. I have been having my own struggles. Yeah, a lot of us are struggling. Yeah, my depression's been real bad. I've been hiding in the closet. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really understand you, man. And I have a lot of friends. It's true. But what I don't have is a significant other. I can barely afford my home. And I'm not sure. This is acted for the most part. See the comments for more information and anything deep we can talk about together in the chat. And this is improvised, by the way. So I can barely afford my home. and at least it looks like you did, and I have a lot of friends, but what I don't have is I'm thinking of a conversation I had with a homeless person once. So it was, you have a home? Wow. You have a partner? Wow. And there was a third one, but I can't remember what it was at the moment. Certainly wasn't a job. Certainly, unfortunately, it wasn't. But anyway. So back to the scene, though, shall we? I've been, I lost my job, which is why I'm worried about my house. I don't have a significant other, like it sounds like you do, to help things keep afloat. I would consider myself to be pretty resourceful. I don't know about yourself. Yeah, I try to be. But as we know, sometimes that can be a real slow climb as well, right? Sorry, for lack of a better word. Um, and, I don't like the bar scene. I'm not really big about dating apps. Where does a guy meet a guy or anybody, that they might want to date? Well, I met mine on a social media platform. I've heard that can happen, you know. Um, I mean, I see a lot of women that most guys would be happy to have. I'm just not into them. Oh yeah, I'm bi. Oh okay. See, I think for the right person, maybe I could be, but it's not my it's not what I'm most strongly leaning towards, and it's so hard, and I just, especially since being out of work, I'm just very lonely. So I came out here on my bike, um, to get out of the house for a bit and to just be out in this lovely day that we're having. It could be much colder at this time of year. I know. And I think we're meant to meet today, buddy. I really do. I'm again really sorry that you're going through struggles. Um, but if you ever need someone to talk to, I'd like to give you my information. But let's get to know each other over time. I promise I won't ghost you if I have an issue with you. Or if I have anything that I'm uncomfortable about, I'll let you know. And if we can work through it, great. If we can't, we'll talk about resources. Okay. But I feel like this could be mutually good for both of us. And if you would like to, I'd be happy to give you my information. Unfortunately, I don't have my phone in my hand, or I could pretend that. But yeah, man, let's do it. Yeah. No, but this was a little bit brief. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long was I doing this for? 45 minutes, whatever. Fortunately, nobody said anything. Whatever. Been a couple people peek in, but um, now what I think I'm going to do, just to kind of round this off and give more opportunity for people to tune in, is I am going to do the. Sorry, it's yeah. I'm going to kind of just record a little bit about what would happen after that scene, perhaps. Okay. So let's say that one who was on the bridge goes walking one way. I come and I stand by these trees. And I'm not normally a tree hugger. Although I saw somebody online saying they were recently, and I said, yeah, I maybe relate to that a little bit. And these aren't trees, unfortunately. So just imagine. I should have given that guy a hug. That's the only thing I think I should have still done at this point. And I'm experiencing a hug from heaven. I feel like, I needed it too. And when you feel like you need a hug and you don't have somebody, hug yourself. And if it feels lame to say you're hugging yourself, do it as if it's a loved one in heaven. I'm sure we all have somebody up there who would love to give us a hug, if not many. The other way, maybe. I don't know if that is moved well. This has been interesting. It's kind of like a scenario video. I don't remember what else to call it, but anyway. And lastly, but leastly, but not leastly, or whatever the word is. Well, I made it back here. I made it back here in one piece. I'm surprised, man. That was the closest I'd ever gotten. Music. I could be your hero, baby. I would take away the pain. Hi, buddy. It was really nice to meet you today. I would stand by you forever. I just wanted to thank you again for being there for me in my time of need. You can be my hero. If you'd like to do coffee or lunch sometime, let me know. I will leave the light on. Doing my autobiography about Gabriel Iglesias, and now doing the song by Enrique Iglesias. I look forward to sharing my music with my new friend. I think he said he was musical too. Maybe we'll start a band. Maybe this will be the person I've been waiting for and hoping to meet, and the opportunities that I have been, trying for lately, since my 30s haven't been like my 20s, and he seemed like a cool dude. I am probably. Maybe we could be as one. But we take things one thing at a time. And maybe someday I might find myself saying to him, I don't know, could I, where's my thingamajig? Just a moment. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, I love that. How does Saturday sound? Sounds good. And my spouse is not at work that day, but I'm a little bit embarrassed about what I was about to do, and I'm not sure what I should tell him. Maybe I'll just, if you promise not to tell, maybe I'll just say I made a new friend. Well, you have. I look forward to seeing you Friday. Ooh. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? And if we're struggling to feel saved, aside from you could say a savior if you so wish, you can try and be a savior. That's what we're here for, folks. Tremble if I touch your lips. You don't have to be anybody special. You don't have to have special skills. You just have to be a fellow person. Would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. Or would you die? Would you for me in your arms tonight? I can be a hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You would take would you swear to always be mine? Would you lie? That's all I can think of. I lost my mind for the football trip. I did think of another one, and I'm going to do it. I keep thinking of this song. I just don't know how to spell the band name. And I think there's one of those songs there that I think is on Coach Trip. But trying to find the song. Slowly but surely. Here we are. Guitar Hero. I've never tried this on the piano. It looks like I found flats, so I guess that's what I'll do. Just a moment. He was musical too. He saw something, so many things special in that person. He really related to some of what he shared. Maybe this was a bit. I don't know if my other idea had enough content. It was singing. It was the part at the beginning. Maybe I really will submit. Maybe I'll even submit twice and see which one gets taken. And both get taken. I do 3 or 4 of each because I have been waiting a long time to be in the festival. And so, wouldn't it be ironic if the first time I'm in 2 or 3 things, and I'm the one that other people that are struggling say, it's not fair, I'm jealous. You know, how do they do that? Why don't I get my opportunity? Sometimes it isn't fair, and other times maybe they have had to go through a lot to get there. And so they, um, the random jaw selected them. Maybe they got asked to be in somebody's performance for the festival. And then we go to their show and we enjoy it and we get something from it. And we keep hoping. We keep hoping because there's a lot of beautiful in life. There's a lot of beautiful stuff in life. And sometimes it'll take a while for certain dreams to come true. And patience is hard. And we got to be there for each other as best as we can be. But I've talked about things on this channel, especially recently, that may help. So I welcome you to check those out. I just felt like I might be most comfortable in this. I don't know why I turned this off, though. I was thinking of keep it on. And he got home and he sat at his piano and he said, I really did relate to that guy. I'm really looking forward to Friday and getting to know more about him and getting to know his story and being part of each other's journey and story. The stages. Don't wanna be irrational. Make the same mistakes again. Would you be there 5 a.m. on the weekend? Through the thick and the thin. I'm second guessing with you. Don't wanna wake up. Wishing I never gave up. Wishing I never gave up. Knowing it wasn't true. If I was your hero, would you be mine? This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. If you were to save you, would you do the same? If I was your hero, would you be mine? This ain't a fairy tale, this is real life. If I was to save you, would you do the same? Maybe I'm better off alone. At least that's what my mind is saying. I think I've been through way too much. Gotta share me with someone sure. Be there 5 a.m. on the weekend, through the thick and the thin. Never second guessing with you. I don't wanna wake up, wishing I never gave up, wishing I never gave up, knowing it wasn't true. If I was your hero, would you be mine? This is not a fairy tale, this is real life. If I were to save you, would you do the same? Got my heart on its knees, just begging you, please don't go. I'll be fine to leave, but I'm hoping this time you will. If I was your hero, would you be mine? I'll do one more. I almost forgot it. Because maybe doing something like this is what I'm meant to do. This video, what I'm thinking I might do tomorrow if given the opportunity. Working outreach is not something that is necessarily easy attainable. You have to get a record check. It can be very tricky to do, even if your record's clean. You have to most likely drive. You have to be in some very tough situations that I probably wouldn't want to be on a constant basis. Even when you're trying to help somebody on the phone, you have to have this record check thing, which is really especially stupid when it's over the phone. But yeah, I used to know, now I just fall down. I used to know, but I'm not sure now. What was I made for? What was I made for? Taking a drive was my ideal. Looked so alive. I don't know how to feel. I wanna try. Don't know how to feel. Someday I might. Was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel. I wanna try. Don't know how to feel. Someday I might. Think I know how to be happy. Sometimes I am not, but it's something I can be. Something I made for. Something I made didn't end in the right chord. That site is great, but it often doesn't put the last chord right. I just realized something. I've heard that song a few times, and we had somebody. It looks like they were there right until I came back to the screen. What's up, buddy? But I've heard that song a few times, and I just realized, aside from all the other things it says, even though it slows down, not that it's a super fast song, but it slows down at that last outro bit. Made to be happy. You're made to be happy. Man, is that powerful. Anyway, so I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm tired. I want to share this with a couple of my peeps. And may not have a lot of them these days, it's all very random online. But I do have some people in my life. And I don't think I'm going to share this with G yet. But And I'm almost tempted, as much as I would like to say comment on this after the fact, you know what? Go ahead and like it. The only reason I would suggest commenting on the next live of mine that you see, and you can mention this video and what you thought of it, and if you come back, fairly before too long has passed, like the next day or sometime that week or the next week or whatever, uh, you'll fairly likely notice me live. And once you see that I'm actually currently rolling, I'd love your feedback and thoughts on this, because the reason why I asked for it that way is because this is a shared channel, and I just worry that if G gets comments notifications after it's posted, which might go to email, not just YouTube notifications, but even there, I mean, he has a fitness session, so it's on YouTube. The video for that. Then, unless I get to it first, which is fairly likely, but he might see it, and it's deep stuff. It's hard to put this kind of stuff out there, but I think it's important. I just don't want to make the person that I care and love, and who cares about and loves me, worry, when even though some of that stuff in that scene was very real to stuff I'm going through. Um, I don't feel like he has to worry. But if he was to see this, or hear certain things, this is what I'm thinking of a way that would work. That would work best. Then it might just naturally cause him to. I mean, he might even already a little bit anyway. But just like the assistant being in hospice and passing away, probably is on his mind, even when we're not talking about her. In another province. So I just want to be careful. Okay. And again, if you need to talk, obviously I'm the kind of person you can come chat with. So see you on the next live stream, everybody. Take care. Nobody's watching right now, but metaphorically, anybody who does see this later.